Thank you everybody for showing up. I know it's about 4 a.m. here, so it's a little early, but have no fear, we're going to wake you up. My name's Blood Thunder. You call me Blood or BT for short. I've been coming to these events for 10 years now. Started at AG2 2014. Sprawl marks my 23rd run, and this is probably by far the most excited I've been to showcase a game. So I'm really happy to be here, and I'm even more happy to introduce the guest that I have with me. If you want to talk
Так,
about yourself and
нас
tell us a bit about
ждет
Sprawl.
ретро-шутер с
I'm gonna play a
паркуром.
little bit,
Все
introduce
остальное вы
myself.
увидите сами.
I'm gonna ramble on for 10 minutes. I will try to keep it short whenever I can, but I'm just so passionate. Thank you everybody so much for, including us in this event. I've been watching speed runs on basically since I started working on games. As a teenager, I was just I don't even have the words to describe how happy I am to be here. But just to sum it up, I am co-developer on Sprawl. It was me and Hannah Crawford. We started this over the pandemic, and this is our dream game. And a big portion of
2000,
this being our dream
2023,
game is
да.
the fact that a lot
Ретро-шутер
of the
2023.
decisions we made
Так
were
это и
the
работает.
fact to service
Есть
people that
такой
wanted to play in
отдельный
video
жанр уже,
games.
который
And really, for the
создает
test we
из
are going to
себя
do,
стиль
we're going to start
ретро-шутера.
with
Ну
a
как,
level
пользуется
selector
стилем
now, about a
ретро-шутеров
30-second cutscene, and then
и
time will start
как-то
there with a
пытается их
countdown.
разнообразить, либо
But just
что-то
want to
изменить.
kind of set the stage of who we're playing as and what kind of game we're about to get into.
Right. So this is Sprawl, and you play as a covert ops, sort of ex-military super soldier known as Seven, and you have wound up here sort of mysteriously.
Вы
And
суперсолдат
as
под
the game
номером
progresses,
7.
you're gonna start seeing some of the narrative unfold. But as far as you're aware right now, you just got shot out the window by a guy with a skull mask.
Great way to
By the
Нас
way, is a DJ.
стреляют,
So we'll start in 3,
мы выпадаем
2,
из окна,
1, go.
и как только он нажимает
So
первое
that little blue
движение, он
box right
начинает
there is the
таймер.
tutorial on how to wall
Все,
run. We're
поехали.
immediately going to use the
Паркур!
tutorial to start wall running. Straight up this wall.
Ну, мы сразу же нарушаем
Talk a little
логику
bit
игры
about the wall
и
running.
паркурим не так, как она ожидала.
Yeah, so this was the crux of the game. Hannah Crawford, the co-developer, reached out to us, or reached out to me initially. Just had a box with only this type of movement in it, nothing else, And I had been working on Sprawl by myself, sort of just like a straightforward boomer shooter with nothing really special going on besides the aesthetic, which was Ghost in the Shell inspired. And the movement for me was so different from the way wall running is handled in other games. Oh, you're about to finish the level.
О нет,
That's the first level down.
мы не идеально упали в лифт, но ничего
insane
страшного.
watching these. It's crazy. I knew this was possible. I hit a couple Easter eggs outside of the map and everything, but just seeing it happen perfectly every time just blows my mind.
Yeah, I will say from a runner perspective, having
Да,
played
рядовой
from
супер
day one, even
солдат,
like
это
casual
классика.
players,
Ну,
just
номер
struggle
7, вы
to
чего, там еще 6 штук до нас как
tricks on how
минимум
to wall run
наклепали.
properly because I was just struggling so much. And
Yeah.
to see you guys like kind of nudge us
Как
right
там
away
в
when we're getting
этих
stuck, like, oh, you can
африканских боевиках?
go outside
Super
the door,
Soldier.
you'll see here soon and
Вот
stuff
здесь
like
вот
that.
тот
It's
же
just
самый случай.
if anybody wants to get involved with the community, it's been a real like community effort finding all of these strats and optimizing. That out of bounds there went through like 15 different reroutes alone. Even climbing the wall had like 17 different routes. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Super Soldier.
Yeah. No, you guys
Так
have
и
been
работает.
optimizing to T. I remember those early runs in the high 30-minute marks where I was always telling you guys, it's like, you can get down to 15, I think.
So you're going to notice we have two different weapons. We have the pistols and the SMGs, which we never picked up in the first level. Also, this is the scariest part of the run.
Сейчас Раннер говорит, что мы не поднимали в первом уровне ни пистолет, ни
But yeah,
пистолет-пулемет.
start of a level, it doesn't really matter what you had picked up before,
Но
what you had used. It's always going to give you kind of what the game
нам их все равно
provides
выдали на
afterwards.
втором
So
уровне.
weapons included. I believe you get 100 health and no shield. Gonna use a little bit of adrenaline here. About the only time you're going to see it in the run.
И вы сразу можете видеть замедление времени, которое тратит адреналин, это шкала снизу. Мы в основном будем пользоваться не для того, чтобы уничтожать врагов, а чтобы сделать какой-то сложный элемент паркура, где мы должны активировать какую-нибудь кнопку или еще что-то сделать довольно-таки быстро. А так, как обычно в играх с замедлением времени, мы стараемся им не пользовать, потому что это медленнее.
And as far as wall runs go, you have 4 jumps and 4 wall runs. It used to be 3, and then the devs so graciously added an extra one, which made our lives easier in some regards, and some other tricks became possible, which are pretty scary. But yeah, this is the truck I was talking about. For a long time, we just kind of hopped in the truck and used that to get past the gates, and then they're like, why are you guys just not going to where the enemies are? It's so much faster. Just blew my mind. Right here.
Yeah, so that was.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to say that was actually I designed that in so the main sort of antagonist, protagonist, whatever you want to call him, depending on your point of view, father, the guy that keeps telling you what to do, that very sexy voice. Basically, he chastises you if you decide to like go and like shoot the guys at the switches.
Сейчас вы, кстати, видите механику передвижения на шотгане, и это офигенно. Похоже на Rocket Jump из Quake, если что. Quake, как угодно. Принцип очень похож.
We've picked up the shotgun, which is the most important thing for this run to work. It is fantastic. It has recoil, so you can shoot it and go the opposite direction. People always ask if it's intended. I believe the mechanic of just like shooting the floor.
Это PvE-миссия Overwatch за Tracer, да. Сейчас вы раскрыли секрет.
So, shotgun jumping was, you know, I kind of circling back on the fact that like I've been you know, like a big fan of speed running and just in general just breaking games. Like that's always something that
Если что, разработчик такой сидит и говорит, ну, в общем-то, запуск себя на шотгане — это то, что я сделал, потому что я очень люблю спидраны и ломать игры. И что я нахожу веселым, это бэкхопы и рокет-джампы. Поэтому мы старались сделать передвижение в игре максимально динамичным и разнообразным.
Use these in creative ways, even if it does mean that someone like Blood Thunder can go and break my whole level that I spent 3 months working on. Because that's fun.
И мы это делали осознанно, даже зная, что кто-то может взять и сломать весь уровень, который мы делали несколько месяцев за пару секунд. Вот это я понимаю, разработчик понимает, что происходит.
Because it doesn't interfere with normal gameplay. People aren't going to be pulling it off. It's pretty tight frame windows, but it's a lot of fun to do once you actually do figure it out.
Yeah, it's been the most rewarding like movement to get better at in a speedrun that I've done, which is just, you know, the better you get, the more fun you have, and it just keeps rolling. But yeah, this is the last level of episode 1.
Это последний уровень эпизода 1. Самое интересное. Объяснять тут что-то по спидрану, как вы видите, особо не надо. Все это стандартные передвижения в игре, просто доведенные до абсолюта и места найденные, в которые можно пролезть.
Gonna get killed unless you start trying to fight back against like this corrupt military government that has taken over this society. There's a lot of lore, there's a lot of things that I can get into, but I'm trying to sum this up as best as I can.
Сейчас такой разработчик говорит, здесь много лора, много истории, много всего, что хотелось бы рассказать.
Be liberated. I'm trying not to ruin things. This is so weird. I've never had to sum it up.
Right.
Ну, патч 2.0 Overwatch, да, действительно неординарным вышел.
So I did a couple of resets there just to make sure I have enough ammo for the trick coming up, because you really don't want to get caught with no shotgun ammo. So let's see here.
Вот сейчас Раннер говорит, что он хочет сделать один вот предыдущие прыжки с минимальным количеством траты патронов на дробовике, чтобы ему хватило патронов вот на этот трюк. И мы только что пропустили первого босса игры.
That is fucking insane.
Так, я хочу заметить, разработчик сейчас прокомментировал все это так, что я не могу это перевести на русский язык и не получить по шапке от ГДК.
Became a lot easier, which is really nice because the old way was really, really awful. One might even say it was cancerous, and that we're preventing it by having an extra wall jump. So we'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, there's also not really a checkpoint at the start, so if it goes wrong, it's a little scary, but we should be fine on that front.
Если что, это не трансляция, Краш, все нормально, это эффекты в игре.
$25 from Thorcat, saying great job, Blood Thunder. Sprawl. We also have $10 from Scuff, saying good luck on the run, and thank you, BT, for introducing me to Sprawl, and thanks to Rebel for making an amazing and memorable speedrunning game. And I'll just indulge on one more here. This is $1,000 from Epsilon, saying cat must be pet. As for that viewfinder incentive, keep those donations coming in.
So it's going to look like I'm running on nothing, but the collision here doesn't quite match the textures we got over here.
Сейчас он говорит, что вам кажется, что я бегу по ничему, но на самом деле коллизия не совпадает с текстурами. Классическая ситуация.
2014, so I love you so much. Thank you for continuing to stay up till 4 a.m. to watch these. And the other donation, Scuff, is the current record holder of this. So. Two awesome donations. But yeah, we're gonna get a little bit of combat in this level.
О, и сейчас, кстати, будет немного боя на этом уровне, вы представляете? В шутере мы будем стрелять.
This is always the point where it clicks in my head of just how awesome the music is. And as the person who made all of the music in the game, if you want to kind of talk about the process of doing that and stuff, we got a while to kill here, so.
Okay, good. All right, well, you cut me off if I start ranting again. I will remind everyone that it is 1 a.m. and I go to sleep like at 9, like p.m. This is, I'm delirious at this point, but I make music. That's what I did before I make video games. I'm a DJ. I've toured.
Я раньше делал музыку, это то, чем я занимался до начала разработки видеоигр. Я диджей.
The main antagonist of the game, Reaper, is a drum and bass DJ, and he's my bud, and he's in the game, and he voice acted. So, in the beginning, Sprawl was kind of just like a way for me to build an album and kind of have like a game be the way you package that, you know, like something immersive, because Sprawl happened during COVID. And as a DJ, as a touring performer, as a musician, there wasn't really an outlet for me anymore, right? Because a lot of that was going to clubs or going to shows.
Не, Телку переводит.
All of that died overnight. And I really wanted to find a different way to contextualize the music that I was writing and the things that I enjoyed, and so that's.
В общем-то, все это делалось во время ковида. И таким вот образом автор, получается, музыки нашел способ выразить свою музыку в другом стиле. Прикольно.
It's very near and dear to me. The soundtrack is a huge part of why Sprawl is a thing.
And it's so great every time I get to hear it. I definitely put it up like as loud as I can over the dialogue and everything else. But yeah, now we're doing a little bit of a scary trick. We're going to climb between this wall and this pipe, and going into our weapon wheel, which we do have a weapon wheel, will slow down time, kind of like adrenaline, but it won't take the actual bar.
Сейчас мы вызываем колесо, вот это вот с выбором оружия, чтобы замедлить время, не тратя шкалу замедления времени.
You know, when I built those pipes and I looked at the collision on them and I saw that there was gaps, and then like halfway through development, I was like, someone could climb up this, and I was like, nah, that's too much.
Разработчик-то говорит, когда я поставил эти трубы, я заметил, что в них достаточно коллизий, чтобы по ним забраться, но подумал, да не, слишком большая дистанция. И оставил все как есть.
they're gonna try to kill me as I go for this. One thing you'll notice me doing every time I shoot my shotgun is just swapping to the pistols and back. That way I can shoot it a little bit faster. I'm so glad I got that first try. Okay, so this is the last episode of episode 2, and one of my favorites just overall. I love running through this. It's a lot of shotgun boosting. Yeah, there are ammo pickups around that we can get for more shotgun ammo. There's also ways to get it back from enemies if you want to kind of talk about the combat management that you have to do. I don't know if you can sum that up quickly or not. Oh. So yeah, we're just gonna do like a kind of a glory kill thing. If you've played Doom, he drops ammo by doing that. Now we pick up some more there because we need a whole bunch for the trick that we are about to go do. Slip past all the enemies. All right, let's see how this goes.
Oh, I love this trick.
A little too far.
I remember someone left us a review saying that they didn't like Sprawl because you can't go fast in it. There's no way of building momentum.
How wrong they were.
And I was just like, okay.
Вот так вот шутер с необычным мувментом превращается в полеты на дробовике. Знаете, как отвлечь всех от спидранеров от багов в игре? Сделать ООБ очень доступным, и тогда они не увидят ничего, кроме него.
We've been told is not randomized how he moves around, but we as runners have not quite cracked the code on what makes this boss tick. So if the boss is nice,
знаете, это такой техничный ран от техничного раннера, в котором мы технически проходим игру. Битва с боссом, и это босс-вертолет, пусть немного другим видом, которому мы должны настрелять в пушки. Это было, кстати, быстро.
Your quick section is on point. Wow.
Yeah, so we also picked up the rocket launcher in this level, which is a really great source of damage. You can blow yourself up.
Кстати, подобрали ракетницу на этом уровне, что является отличным источником урона.
It's a little silly when it happens, but with the charge gun that we've not really talked about so far, the charge rifle, normally you shoot it and it has a slow cooldown before you can shoot it again.
Зарядная винтовка, charge rifle,
If you just hold it in your hands for a little bit, it builds up charges, which I don't believe was intentional, but it was kind of left in once we kind of noticed it, and it just makes for some quick work on these enemies.
So whenever there was a bug like that was found, the question was always asked, is it fun? And if it was fun, it stayed in the game. That was the development process. Again, like
Сейчас разработчик говорит, что мы относились к багам таким образом. Мы задавались вопросом, это весело? Если да, то баг оставался в игре и становился частью механики.
So we just have to run through some of these enemies, try not to die, hit some switches, and then we're on to probably the biggest fight left in the game, and definitely one of the scariest too.
Fun fact, I knew that most of this game could be bypassed in some capacity, and I tried really, really hard to have at least one fight in the game that you guys actually had to engage with.
Разработчик сейчас говорит, я знал, что вы можете сломать многое, но я старался, что хотя бы один бой в игре потребует от вас его прохождения.
Also, I was reading the chat, and there's people in there asking like, oh, did you make this game after just developing for 4 years? And the answer, short, is yes. You can do whatever you want if you set your mind to it. Just do it.
И он такой говорит, я вижу вопросы в чате. Ты сделал эту игру за 4 года? И он такой говорит, короткий ответ, да. Вы можете сделать все, что захотите, если постараетесь.
So that's the last checkpoint of this level that we're going to get, and I mentioned we're going to go do a really, really big fight. So if it goes wrong, you have to do quite a bit of the level again.
You got this. Yeah, you'll be fine.
So there's basically 4 waves that we have to get through. The first 3, you have to kill all the enemies to progress, and then the last one, you just have to kill a certain amount. We believe it's 10, but you know, I'm not the developer. I don't know what the actual number is.
Вот вы обсуждаете боссов, да? У меня к вам вопрос. А если в игре появится босс-танк, который умеет летать, это будет босс-танк, босс-вертолет или босс-паук, если он будет выглядеть как паук?
So there's one big area in the middle, and then there's 4 little corners where all the enemies spawn. Back to the middle for the invisible enemies. They're just going to kind of chase after me. A lot of the combat's routing in like which enemies don't move around, like the giant mechs, and you just go to them to kill them. And then enemies like this that pop up towards you, you can kind of just like sit back and let it go. So this is the last wave. If we get through this, we are good. We're just listening for the lift lockdown dialogue to start. We don't need to kill all of these guys. There we go. So once we get over there, we're going to be immobilized, and they're shooting us, and they're not hurting. And this is something that we kind of experienced early on in the speedrun scene of like getting to the end of the level, and there's still enemies trying to kill us, and you get locked in place and you couldn't move and die, which is really frustrating when you have to go 3 minutes back in the level. But you know, the devs were cool enough to actually help us out on that.
Yeah, we did that one specifically for you guys because most players are gonna get to that last arena and kill all the enemies before that happens. Or
вот это интересный момент. Разработчик Раннер говорит, что вы здесь останавливаетесь и не можете двигаться, но благо в одном из патчей мы стали бессмертными. И этот разработчик говорит, мы сделали это специально для вас, ребят, потому что обычные игроки приходят сюда, когда убили всех врагов.
This level has a not long auto-scroller, but is a platform you're supposed to sit on and kind of try not to die. But you know, we're speedrunners. We're not going to take that platform down there. All right, one more level to go.
I cannot believe this. It's so much fun to watch it.
So yeah, this is the Spire. It's a giant tower that we need to climb. And as you can probably guess, we're just gonna try to go straight to the top. These walls are a little bit problematic sometimes, and they bump you off and you gotta go around. We're also very limited on shotgun ammo, and we need pretty much all of it to actually climb this, so it may take a couple of reloads.
Сейчас Раннер говорит, что нам действительно нужны все патроны, чтобы забраться, поэтому, возможно, мы потратим несколько перезагрузок на все это.
Every time I try, I just get kerfuffled because everything is moving so fast. At this point in the game, you have basically destroyed the entire military capacity of this government that was trying to kill you, and this voice in your head has basically just asked you to help it commit suicide because it was an AI and it's stuck here. You know, that's the short and sweet answer. and you're basically helping it do that down there, which you're not doing. So
И знаете, мне кажется, ГДК не объяснила разработчику, что нельзя говорить на ГДК. Потому что если я буду это переводить, я снова получу от ГДК не похвалу.
Take out 4 parts, and then we can shoot the main body once again. Have to be a little careful to dodge the bullets and not actually die here. So we also don't get any checkpoints in this level, so we have to go all the way back down and climb all the way back up. Shooting the back, and then that is time.
Все, время идеально.
Yeah, so if you want to pick up this game and run it, you know, hopefully when I get back, we'll be doing an inbounds category as well, so we get a little bit more fighting and seeing the actual levels. You can pick this game up on Steam for half off. I think it's like $7.50 at the moment, or you can get the Humble Bundle with other games like Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is an amazing run earlier, and so many others. The community would love to have more runners looking at this stuff. You know, we've been teased that there's still stuff to find out there. So if you want to come help us look for it, like it's been a real community effort. Pretty much everyone who's run the game has found some optimizations in how we do the shotgun boosting or new tricks. And it's been a pleasure showing this off. I love running this game, and I loved having Revel on commentary. You got any shout outs you want to do before I wrap it up?
I cannot believe it's over. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for playing the game. Thank you so much for having me. I'm floored. And yes, please pick this up on the Humble Bundle right now. We give away the keys to make that happen. It's for a good cause. It's for a good charity. We're not making money off of that. Please support the game that way if that's something that you want to do. If you want to support us, you can pick it up on Steam, but the Humble Bundle is a really, really good choice. It comes with a bunch of other games as well. I want to shout out my partner, my girlfriend, who's right behind me, laying in bed covering her ears because I've just been screaming into the microphone for the past 25 minutes. And she told me to stay here. I was going to go downstairs, but
Нормально.
you know,
Этот разработчик передает шатауты. В общем-то, пока это идет, я отойду ненадолго, потому что дальше нас ждет Splinter Cell, теория хаоса. Боже, какая восхитительная игра будет.
I grew up watching these, and now my game is here. It is crazy. It is crazy. How many people are here? 45,000. Oh my God. That's nuts. That's nuts. This is, wow. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you guys for watching so much. My name's Blood Thunder. You can find me on Twitch. I stream pretty much every day that I can. 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. is usually my time, but if that doesn't work for you, you know, all my stuff's on YouTube, youtube.com/bloodthunder. If you like FPS games, if you like horror games, puzzle games, like Viewfinder coming up, which is an amazing run. I don't run that yet, but maybe I will when I get back home. You can find me there. If you got any questions about this run, how to get into it, or speedrunning in general, I'd be more than happy to talk to you. Just shoot me a DM or something. And yeah, that's been Sprawl. Thank you once again for staying up. Hopefully this woke you up a little bit, and I'll see you next time.